Oh, you just gotta love it. Good old-fashioned soul food. Well, folks, hang on because it's not over yet. While you're preparing for your wonderful meals with your family today, this is something that's really smoking. Can I introduce you to a friend of mine who just opened up a wonderful restaurant in Medford, New Jersey? Janet Davis from Scotch Bonnets. Welcome to Life Advice.
Hi, Jennifer. Thank you so much for having me.
It is a pleasure to have you, and I know that you are dicing, splicing, chopping. I know you're doing it right now.
Yes, I am. Actually, I open at noon, so we're down to the wire.
So what you cooking? What you cooking? What's on the stove?
Well, a little of everything. We have some authentic rice and peas going on, which is sort of a staple item in Jamaican cooking. We have some white rice as well, or jerk chicken, which we are very well known for. And I have some rum cake that I am soaking on the side.
This is just really criminal. I have to tell you. I have got to tell you that I will be running down the turnpike to your restaurant. It is new. It is called Scotch Bonnets. We're going to tell people a little bit of an insight, folks. When you hear her story, it's very compelling. We won't take a lot of time on that because I want to tell you a little bit about the menu. But it goes to show you how one chef can be really sort of classically trained in something, and another one has the heart and soul to deliver and the business acumen to open up a restaurant. And that's why I find this segment so fascinating, because really it comes from, I think, a point of creativity. Would you say, Janet, that it's really not only about the training, but it's really about the passion and wanting to create something great?
Exactly. It's the passion and knowing through and through what it is you are meant to do.
How did you get started in this? Today. I mean, because yours did not come from a point of, you have a background, we know each other because of broadcasting, and I found that so fascinating. What a great story to tell people that at any point in time, at any age, you can change gears and really follow your passion.
Yes, you can. And my son was a catalyst for that. I was in New York real quickly working for a financial TV company in New York, sort of realized once I had my son that I've, kind of veered off path. And so I did some soul searching, took the time, and, did what everybody tells you to do, which is find that thing you are passionate about that comes so natural to you. And for me, that was food. I was greedy. I'm greedy. No, I'm greedy.
Me too.
And I love food, and I've always loved cooking. And so my mom had a restaurant when we were in Jamaica, growing up in Jamaica. And so I always cooked, and that to me was so second nature. And at that point realized that is in fact what I wanted to do, and I've been carving my path for the last 7 years, and here we are.
I think it's wonderful. And listen to the menu, folks. Again, we're talking about Scotch Bonnets Restaurant. It's new. It's opened up in Medford, New Jersey, which is a little bit south of us here, but it's certainly worth the trip. Think about this as you're eating your meals today, folks. We're talking about jam-down jerk wings, marinated and slow-baked and then grilled, calypso codfish cakes, soca swing coconut shrimp, salads made with pomegranate, sunsplash chicken soup, that has pumpkin and turnip and carrot, dishes, that curried goat and jerk chicken and Otros Rios oxtails. I mean, this stuff makes you just want to slap yourself. It just sounds so good.
We have so many folks coming in here, and they said, I am tired of pasta and I'm tired of Chinese, and I'm so glad you are open. Medford needs this here, and we've just received a warm welcome, and I am just so grateful to be able to provide something that people feel so passionately about.
What are some of the things that as people visit you, we've talked today about summertime entertaining and spring and essentials for their kitchen. Are there the types of things as you think about, again, folks, we've talked about soul food. Now we're talking about Jamaican cuisine. I love the fact that with my family is from the islands on my maternal side. And what I love so much about island cooking is that it's very clean cooking. To me, it has a wonderful blend of vegetables and meat and I like the fact that you can talk about, codfish and things that excite the palate. What are some of the things that folks at home can maybe glean from this when they come and they say, oh my gosh, if I could do just a shred of this at home, what might be some ingredients or ideas, something easy for them to do this spring and summer as we finally thaw out?
Well, my thing is you should always have your pantry stocked as best as you can, because you never know when someone's going to show up and you want to sit down and have a nice meal. We have this saying in Jamaica, every mickle makes a muckle. And you can grab a little bit of this and grab a little bit of that. And if you're a really good cook, you can have an exquisite meal at the end of that half hour or an hour, depending on what you're preparing. So just having a little bit of, greens around, your rice, your basic pantry items. That way you can just go at it at any point. And cooking is not very hard. So the second thing I would tell folks is experiment. The more you cook, the better you will get at it. And it's really that simple.
Are there things that are essential that give it a Jamaican flair? So are we talking about peppers? Are we talking about certain types of staples in Jamaican cuisine that are going to give us that flavor? Even if there's a few things we can integrate into our cooking, what might those be?
Well, I would say the very basis of Jamaican and Caribbean cuisine in general is it's very, very flavorful. I always use examples. When you take a piece of fish here, people tend to just, dribble on or sprinkle on a bit of salt and some olive oil, and they're good to go. Nuh-uh. That is not how we do it. We season things down to the bone. So allspice, black pepper, salt, paprika, adobo. Our food is just very, very flavorful, really intense and rich.
I think that is so incredible that you take the same piece of fish and all of a sudden it's jumping off the pan because you have also taken the time to either let those spices soak in or you're really taking the time to cook it slow. We're in a rush. We're always rushing. And I think that our food oftentimes reflects that and quite honestly becomes boring.
Exactly. The secondary part to, again, Jamaican cuisine is we let it sit, marinate. If we know on Sunday, you're going to have family over and you're going to have this big meal and you're going to have some jerk pork and some curry chicken and your rice and peas, all those meats or fish are marinating the night before because you already know what you're going to make. Most people, they know what they want to have for dinner. Well, get it started and get it going. So that's what we do. And by the time you cook it, that flavor just pops right out of that food.
Now, I want to share, at least if you will, share with us perhaps even just a basic recipe because to me, when I think of island food, I think of rice and peas. I think of that as a staple. It's something that you can walk into any home and find. You're definitely going to have it with a meal. And we've gotten away from rice over here, I think, because we're so concerned about calories and carbs. But if you think about island cooking, it's not as if you're going to see, I didn't grow up. My grandparents were not heavy. They were not overweight, but they ate rice. They could have eaten it, rice and peas, 3-4 times a week. Stewed fish, a side salad, and I think we ate, and I was just saying this earlier, we ate our biggest meal early in the day. You didn't eat late at night. So even these kinds of staples we ate, but it wasn't as if we were concerned about, diet and weight. I mean, what do you think the thinking is then behind this? So the food is flavorful, but that doesn't mean